So what's in a symbol, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it depends on the symbol. Depends on what it symbolizes. What's the symbolic value of a wedding ring? I don't have to tell you what that is. It's a lot. The point is, there are so many symbols that are so intimately connected with our hearts and the deepest of our convictions, with the most fundamental of our values. They require no explanation. And so if the Canadian Conservative government is spending some time and energy and money restoring some great symbols from our military past, it should require very little explanation to those of us who love our country and our proud military history. Will the critics ever get that? How could they? It's time for some Canadian common sense. For the critics, I guess it's not as easy as looking at their rings. Let's face it. For those people who want to hate on Canadian tradition and Canadian history and a Conservative government led by Stephen Harper, they cannot take the above seriously. It's impossible to please them. And so we want to congratulate the government for not pandering to the critics, not appealing to those in the peanut gallery who feel the Canadian government spends too much money on teaching Canadians about our past, honoring our military past. We've talked about this on the show, the importance of the War of 1812 and defining the emerging national character of the country that was about to be born north of the 49th. We now have a Royal Canadian Air Force, a Royal Canadian Navy, real links with our real past and our real heritage, and that's important. Our heritage is not a calendar. It's not something you hang on the wall or in a museum. It's a living, breathing thing. Those of us who are living can thank those who were living for the freedom that we enjoy. And we honor them and respect their values and our own when those symbols are restored. The restoration continues this summer with announcements the Canadian Army, after a very long pause, are restoring the rank and insignia system that was used in the two world wars. So that word private will be furloughed, if you will. It's leaving. Instead, we'll have the troops of ranking referred to as signaller, gunner, fusilier, rifleman, and there are others. Geography takes on a much different meaning, so the Army will restore titles like 3rd Division and 2nd Division. Critics who either aren't nuts about our heritage or just can't stand Harper, they'll have something new to target here. But what's more important to us is the strength of the military. Folks, that can't be measured simply by counting inventory of guns and bullets and bombs and tanks and planes and choppers and ships. Morale, esprit de corps, they may be difficult to define, but you know it when you see it and you feel it. And you know from talking to our vets that while they fought the good fight for the country, on a very personal, down-to-earth level, they were fighting for their fellow troops. And so the particular unit they fought with, they were fighting for the unit, they were fighting for the platoon, for the particular division with its particular flags and symbols and patches and medals. All of those symbols meant a lot. And you give up a lot when you go from being civilian to military. You sublimate, as they say. You suppress a lot of your personal ego. You take on the colors of your team. No individual in civilian life is asked to sacrifice as frequently, as deeply, as meaningfully as our military men and women. So I say, good on the government for honoring the sacrifices of the past by ensuring that the symbols of their valor are resurrected, respected, and allowed to live today, tomorrow, and the next day. Yes, our government will get criticized, but just as any soldier, sailor, airman, just as they know, this criticism, well, it comes with the territory. And it's priced, and a price that is well worth paying. It's the price for allegiance, honor, and sacrifice. That's Canadian common sense.